just wanted to hop on because yesterday was a bit of a struggle, and I'm trying to have a positive attitude this morning, and I need to contact the hospital and find out what's going on, but I really want to go into it with positive thoughts. I actually just tried calling and it was busy, so I thought I'd hop on and give myself a positive, give myself a pep talk. So we're going to go into this trusting that the universe has a plan and that the plan is going to go the way it is supposed to. And I am going to have faith, and then I'm going to hop on and tell you what a good day today ended up being. So this is the morning before it all begins, and I'm going in with positive intentions, and I'm going in trusting that the universe has its plan, and we're gonna see how it goes. So in my mind, it's gonna be a really good, positive day, and good things are going to be in store. Thank you. Okay, I'm just driving back from lunch, and I just wanted to follow up because I said I would, and I was able to talk to the girl from the house. I've also been reading, or actually watching on YouTube. It's a book by Walter Russell, I believe his name is, but it's The Secret of the Light, and a lot of what I talk about comes from A Course in Miracles. That's what really holds true for me. So this is something a little different because it really looks at God and humanity in more of a, I want to say scientific, but it's not scientific. I guess metaphysical way of looking at life, and how God is light and we are sort of illusions of that light, and it's really complicated, so I'm not going to try to go into it, but it's an interesting way of looking at things, and I've been listening to that today. And anyway, I was able to talk to the hospital and like I said, the residents, and so the good news is she has agreed to meet with the new director of the house, so that's a huge step. I was hoping she would meet with the clinical coordinator because I think that would be a better connection, but she has never met her yet, so she's meeting with the director, which is fine. I just don't know if he is going to sell the idea as well as the other person might. But anyway, there's been so many changes there, and I'm really hoping he can talk her into returning. They are thinking of a release date Monday. Today's Friday. I think that seems like a bit soon, considering she's still talking about wanting to go right out and smoke, and just doesn't have insight to the issue. But I also don't think she's getting the help she needs at the hospital per se. It's a dark and dingy old place, and I think she basically just sits in her room, and I don't think she's getting, I think they have groups and everything, but I don't think they make her go. They just shove them with medication there, and I don't think they give them a lot, and they don't get sunlight or anything. So I'd say there's really no great option, but so that's why I'm not going to fight the release per se, although I do think Monday would be a little too soon. But anyway, I had a good conversation with both places, so that was good, and she spoke to the social worker today, I guess. That's when she agreed to meet with the guy from the house. And yeah, hasn't spoken to the social worker since she's been there. She's kind of fired her, and she fired another one, so they didn't really have anyone that she would talk to. But she did talk to the social worker. The social worker talked her into meeting with the guy from the house so that she can express her concerns, because she has a lot of concerns with the house, with things that have happened in the past, things that have not happened in the past. So they're willing to, I think they're willing to work with her there, so that will be great, because really it's the only place she has to go once she is released. My next hope would be allowing somebody from, it's called an ACT team, and I can't even think right off what it stands for, but it's basically it would be another service that would be very helpful, because the people at the house aren't able to meet with her outside of the house. Like, I feel like the providers that are at the house are very just all about the residential living. They're supposed to help her find a job and things like that, but that does not happen. So I was kind of hoping she would have somebody from this ACT treatment team to help her with things outside of the house, help her with transportation, just get her into programs to help motivate her. It would be awesome, but she's refusing that, so one step at a time. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed and really hoping that it all works out. It's funny, I just wanted to mention one thing before I forget it, because in reading like A Course in Miracles and The Secret of the Light, this whole guardianship thing, like, I almost feel like I need to give it up and just let her do her thing. She doesn't listen to what I say. She's an adult, and she's so mad at me for having guardianship. It's really making me question if she wouldn't be better off if I said, okay, if you don't want me involved, I don't have to be involved. Like, she has to live her life. I have to live mine. We both have a path, I do believe. And by me, I think as a parent trying to take control, it's really not helping per se. In my mind it was, because I felt like I was the advocate she couldn't be, but she is a strong advocate for herself, and maybe it's time for me to rethink it. So I'm just throwing that out there. I don't really know. It took us so long to get guardianship, so it's just something to think about. Anyway, gotta get back to work. Bye. Well, you're not going to believe this, but I am on my way to the hospital. I got a call from the nurse saying she needed some face soap. She's breaking out or something, and asked if I could bring it. And I basically said, well, I'd like to have a visit. So she spoke with her, and she agreed that I could visit. This happened yesterday, so I was pretty excited about that. And when I spoke to the nurse, this is a nurse that I was very much bonded with. I already knew this, and the nurse just adored her. She's a little bit of an older lady, but she says she has her own kids, so I did tell her I thanked her so much for watching out for her and for making this happen, because she helped talk into the visit. And so yeah, that went well. And she said that I met with the director, and I hadn't heard anything, so I was a little nervous, but she thought that the meeting went well, that she was willing to go back to the house, that she might even be willing to use the ACT team, which just kind of surprised me. Like, that would be a total turnaround. So anyway, she said she was going to try to have apparently she's either telling me something different, I don't know, but she does not want extra services for services she does not think she needs. And so I will say the call didn't go great. I did say I'd pick up the face wash for her. We spoke for over an hour, and it was a lot of, it's all my fault. The only reason she's in there is because of me. I like to see her sick. Pretty much said how horrible of a parent I am. Just really was not being nice at all. Like, she'd have little sparks of niceness, and I finally said, listen, this isn't getting us anywhere. I'm not gonna listen to this. The things you're saying really aren't true. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm not gonna engage in this, because I could feel myself being defensive, and that's really not where I want to be. So anyway, it ended not on a great note. She pretty much hung up on me. And then I figured I'd hear from her this morning, because, you know, I really don't know if it's that she wants the face wash or if she really does want to see me. I'm not sure. But I knew I'd hear from her this morning, and again, the nurse called first, and then she transferred it. And I said I would bring the face wash, and she actually started out sounding pretty nice, like sounding herself. But it didn't take long for that to switch, and she started getting a little sassy again, blaming me, telling me she's not going to go back to the house. Same story as last night, and I repeated again. I didn't really want to go down that rabbit hole with her, so I said I would come visit and I would bring the face soap, but I didn't want the visit to be all negative, and I didn't want to argue that I really want to see her, but I don't want it to be us arguing. So I'm not going to engage in argument with her. As you can tell, I'm losing my voice, and that's something that happens when I get stressed out. So of course, you know, I haven't seen her in a couple months, and then I don't know where. I've never been to this hospital. I know it's, from what I hear, a dark and dingy place, and then on top of it, the thought of her being angry with me. So a lot of anxiety, but excitement too, because I really hope I can give her a hug. I don't know how it's going to work. So I stopped and I got her the face wash she wants, and I asked, last night, I'm going to tell you, I kind of was like, fuck God, fuck positivity, like, I think I'm fooling myself. Maybe this is toxic positivity. I don't know what I'm talking. I went through all of this. I once again asked for a sign. I asked for my rabbit to come out. You know, if the rabbit could come out in the morning, I'd know that somebody could hear me, that things are going my way. But in the back of my mind, I kind of knew that wouldn't happen, and I sort of feel like when I know that's not going to happen, it really isn't, because I think it's putting a negative spin on it. So I woke up this morning, and of course, no rabbit, which didn't surprise me. But I'm really, really trying to hold on to that shred of light, and I do still have a belief in it, and I did ask. I think I do best, and oftentimes when I'm in the car, I turn the music off and I just kind of don't think of anything, and I let thoughts just come to me. And all I could think of, and I'm going to take this advice, is that love overpowers hate and anger. And the best thing I can do is just let go. You know, everything that I preach, I need to do. So let go of the past, let go of anger, let go of resentment, let go of fear, and just go in there with knowing that I am a part of God, that God is with me, that I am a light. And when she starts speaking like she might, that is the darkness, and the only way to get through that darkness is by shining my light stronger. And so that's what I need to do. That's my plan. That's the grand plan going into this, is to shine as much light as I can, as much joy as I can muster, to trust that God is going to be with me as I'm doing that, and to trust that it will overshadow the darkness that she may be feeling. That's where I'm at. And of course, I will let you know how it goes after, but I just kind of wanted to make a recording before, and then I will make one after to let you know how it all works out. So fingers crossed. I'm going to turn this off and really muster up all the love that I can, because like I said, I am going to kill that place with kindness. So thanks, guys. Okay, I said I'd check in, and that's what I'm doing. So that was like a over 2-hour visit, which was pretty cool. It was interesting because when I've gone to visit in a psychiatric unit in the past, you know, I had to take my sweater off, put my purse in, like everything was locked up. But nope, somebody had to show me where to go, because it was like the hospital is very old and weird. But anyway, I finally get up to the 3rd floor, and they bring me in, and I have my little bag with her stuff in it. And the nurse, who's been the one I was talking about, come to find out she's a traveling nurse. Amazing. Definitely sent from above, like she's one of the angels I keep asking for, because she's taken right under her wing, her angel wing. And she sat in for the visit, which was good, because she was really good at mediating. Like she engaged in conversation, because that's, you know, what I'm comfortable with. And I don't know, it was good to have her there, because every time it was rude to me, she kept saying, respect, show your mom respect, show your mom respect. I'm going to end the visit if you keep being disrespectful. And so she kind of put her on the right path. And so the beginning was a little rocky. At one point I looked and said, honey, my love for you, and this is, I think this is my quote, but my love for you is much stronger than your hate for me. So, you know, I'm sorry. Again, I am sorry she feels this way. She brings up all these things that happened that, once again, she'll take a little nugget of truth and turn it into something horrible. So I just kept saying, that's not the way I saw it. Like, we both have our perceptions, but that's not the way it is. She really tries to paint her past out to be something that it never was, but I think she actually believes it was, so whatever. It ended up, well, let's just fast forward to the end of the visit. The last half hour or so was amazing. We had a good talk. I got to hug her twice. She told me she loved me. We all know that we hold on to that with both arms when we get a hug or are being told that. So that was great. She's still fighting about going back to the group home. Still talking about wanting weed, and I don't think I'm going to change that. She keeps talking about it was her 21st birthday, and she never got to go out on her 21st birthday, and she wants me to take her out because she has no friends, and it's like, okay. You know, and obviously if she hadn't just been in the hospital and had issues with substance, that I would have been all over that. Be like, yeah, sure, let's do it. But no, it's just not the typical situation. So I don't feel overly comfortable with it. Yeah, let's go get drunk, and I'll drop you off at your group home after. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it with the end of the visit was great. She says she wants to go back on Monday, but as soon as she gets there, she's gonna leave. I think she means leave, go to a dispensary, but I said, when you say that, it does not make me want to advocate for you to get out of the hospital. And she's like, well, I'd rather be in the hospital than there. And I said, well, if that's true, you need to really let me know, because we need to come up with another plan. And she's like, no, just, so anyway, we'll see. This has happened many times. What happens is the night before her release, she'll wait until tomorrow night. She'll call and she'll start arguing, and she'll basically say horrible things to me, but she'll argue with herself. So she self-sabotages before leaving because I think she's got anxiety about going. She's been there for so long. They say getting institutionalized, and it happens, unfortunately. So I did give the nurse the heads up that that could happen, because it's happened in the past. I said, and if you are there and she's fighting with me on the phone, just know I'm not fighting. Like, that's a one-way fight, and that means she's not quite ready. She'll be ready, but might not be Monday, so we'll see. All in all, I feel good. I have high hopes for that hospital. She's not going anywhere being there, so I think she's ready to leave. But I don't know mentally if she's had enough time to prepare for it. So time will tell, but I'm just gonna stay on a positive note and say, you know, hopefully this is a step in the right direction. I did talk to I keep thinking of conversations I had with the nurse, and we talked about the marijuana use, and if she would stop using it, that she could have a very good life. If she takes her medication and stops the marijuana, she could really have a good life. And I said, yeah, and people keep telling me she has to hit rock bottom before she makes that change. And I say to that, well, she hasn't hit rock bottom. Like, being hospitalized as many times isn't rock bottom. Being out in the street with just a bra on is not rock. Like, what the fuck's? I don't want to know what rock bottom is, people. So, and she agreed with me there. We both think she should have hit rock bottom by now, but obviously not, because she's still talking about it. She even talks about it with the treatment team at the hospital, so there's no doubt in my mind she's going back to it. Let's just hope she keeps it at a minimal, but wishful thinking. Anyway, I love you guys, and I really hope this is helping. I don't know if anybody will ever see this, but I feel like it helps me to put it out to the universe.